Alright, welcome everybody. So I think today we're going to do a little comparison between this Wiha Security Torx L-key set and the previous one I reviewed from Wera. So this is the 36393 set. So I went back to the Wiha catalog to see if they offered a long form of these L-keys, and they do not. They only offer a short form of the security L-keys. So when I did my review of this, my biggest complaint about this set was the fact that they put these ball ends on the ends of these right here. And what was even more strange is that the three smallest sizes don't have the ball ends on them, and the T10 actually has a hole for the security Torx, while the two smallest ones don't. So each of these has the exact same number of sizes. It's 8 through 40 inclusive, and they both have what they call a black finish, which is a result of the heat treating process. Each company has their own proprietary method of doing that, which is why it looks like the Wiha ends up being a little bit darker. That doesn't mean it's necessarily a harder material. It just means their process is a little bit different. So first off the bat, in terms of the holder, the Wera has the advantage that it has a magnetic magnetizer built into it. The first difference I notice is the text here on the Wiha is much easier to read. If you're in a dark room or something, it's actually kind of hard to pick out these sizes right here. So it would have been nice if they would have actually colored those a little bit better. But this white on green is very easy to read. So we'll take a look at a couple sizes here to compare them. I'm going to compare the 20 and the 15 here. So as I said before, the Wiha only offers the short form of these security L keys. Even for Wera, this is considered one of their short forms. So this is like really micro short for the Wiha. If you compare it to, this is a hex L key, which is about the same size as this T20. This is a 3mm. You can see the difference there in the length. So especially for these larger sizes, there might be some issues getting enough torque on here, especially for this 40. So, I mean, if you look at the T40, how large of a delta there is there in the lengths of those. So one difference is that the Wiha actually stamped the part number and size right on there, as you can see. Now the Wera uses these sleeves, these color-coded sleeves. Just has the size on there, no part number or anything. Now, I have been told that these can degrade, these plastic sleeves, if you get in contact with certain solvents. I haven't gotten around to doing a test on that yet. Once this sleeve is gone, I don't know if you can figure out what size this would be. Probably just be a guessing game where you carry around a Torx gauge. So the biggest difference between these is the long end. So Wera went with this ball Torx end, which allows you to use that at an angle, but for security Torx bits, obviously you can't use this end. So I really didn't understand why they just didn't go with a security Torx on this end. Now if they could invent a ball end that will go in a security Torx, that'd be something. But I don't think that would be possible. So I'm not sure if this is going to show up on the video, but if you look at the ends here, there is a slight difference in the profile. There's a little bit of a chamfer on the Wera one. You can see there they took a little bit off the top there around the edges, where it looks like the Wiha one is totally flat. So I'm not really sure what the advantage will be of that. I guess it could be a little bit easier to insert into the fastener, but I would think that would make it easier to pull out as well. So I finally ran into something I can actually test these on. So this right here is actually it's a mechanical thermostat or valve for a gas water heater. So I have a habit of just taking things apart even when I don't need to. So I'm just going to take a look in here and see if there's anything, any parts I can salvage for maybe another project. Otherwise I'll try to recycle. Looks like this is aluminum, these two halves. So there's a T20 size, and then there's also some T15s up on this this valve right here. All right, so we'll try taking 2 of these out with each of these. So part of the reason why I didn't like how they went with the ball end on these, you get situations like this where you're not going to be able to get a full rotation around. You got this in the way. So typically after you crack it, you would go in here and finish removing the screw like that. So right now the only way to do this would be to go like this, and then so it wasn't too bad. So there are situations where there's a bore and you have to use the long end. Now we'll try the Wiha one. So obviously this is a much shorter L key, so we'll have to see if I can get enough torque on this. Boy, that was way harder than in the Wera. So this is sort of what I mean you could do with the long end. Could have just been that one was a little bit tighter than the rest, but so this one looks like it's a T15 here that was on the back of this knob. So I'm going to try it first with the short one. I have the feeling that I'm not going to be able to get it off with this short one. Looks like I was able to crack it. So in terms of comfort, I can tell you right away these seem like they're a little bit too short. I really wish they made a long version of these, because you really can't get a good grip around it. Man, that extra length really helps. So of course I can't do what I did with the Wiha on this one. So we'll have to slowly get it out far enough. So if you guys want a final conclusion, this is a pretty tough call, because the short nature of these makes these things extremely hard to use. I was having trouble just getting a good grip on this. I really wish Wiha made a long one of these. They do make long form Torx L keys, but none of them have the security bore built into them. So the one good advantage about these color-coded sleeves, if you're doing a job like this where you have 2 different sizes, you're going back and forth, and somebody says grab the T15, it's going to take you a couple seconds on the Wihas, whereas these ones, your mind just says, okay, I just used the yellow one. That's the yellow one. There is a pretty big price difference though. The Wiha is much cheaper. So if you absolutely need an L key security Torx set, the Wihas will definitely get the job done. And really, if the Wera ones actually had the security bore on this end, there really would be no question in terms of which one I think was better. So there is a trade-off to these 2 sets. If you never use the long end on any security bits, then really the Wera one is probably the one to get. If you do use the long end, you probably would look at getting the Wiha one. So the one last note is that the Wiha ones are made in Germany. These ones are made in the Czech Republic. Alright guys, well I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I'll catch you guys next time.